Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our webinar today. So today our theme is what subjects to study down under. So basically in Australia, New Zealand. I am Tanmoy Ray, and I have got Milind Singh along with me. So let's get started. So what to study? I mean, when it comes to study abroad, there are a lot of choices, a lot of courses you can choose from, and study abroad is expensive. You need to think of it practically. It is expensive, so it's not that all the countries will be offering everything, or secondly, like all the countries will have like the job opportunities every field. So you need to choose the right course, you need to choose the right university, and you need to choose the right country. So you need to think about, okay, which are the training courses, which are the hot courses, which courses most job opportunities in Australia and New Zealand, because this is very important. Because at the end of the day, if you're just getting a degree but not that much job opportunities, then it will be a little bit useless. So before getting started, I'll just run a poll. So here is a poll. I think you can view it. So just poll your option and what you want to study. I've got still 30 seconds of time, so please click your interest. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. All right. So I can see 40% of the audience, they are interested in MBA and core engineering, 40% in biomedical science and healthcare, and 20% in data science and business analytics. So all right, so we haven't got that much audience for tourism, hospitality, and art science and civil engineering. No problem. All right. So when it comes to choosing a course, okay, the best thing would be play according to your strengths, play according to your skills. I mean, you need to think about, okay, what are you good at? It might be like, okay, you are good with numericals, analytics. It might be that, okay, your strength is creativity. So first of all, you need to choose your strength. You need to play according to your strengths. And secondly, play according to local conditions. So you need to know which are the favorable job market, which sectors are booming in Australia, New Zealand, or in any other country you are choosing. And you need to choose your course in that way, choose your country accordingly. So today we'll be discussing art sciences, agricultural science, public health, professional accounting, civil engineering, data science and data analytics, food science and technology, tourism, hospitality, event management, and then also creative and digital studies, and a little bit about engineering and biomedical science and MBA. I'll be discussing most of the above fields, whereas Milind, he will discuss MBA and engineering, and just a little bit about the sciences. And at the end of the presentation, if you've got any queries regarding any field, any subject, please just ask us, and we will be. So the question answer round, it will be after the end of the presentation. So yeah, please be with us. So first, I will start with art sciences and related fields. So you need to understand that Australia is quite rich in mineral resources, okay, and they have got a very smart scheme for art sciences. So if you want to study in Australia, like mining engineering, oil and gas engineering, petroleum geology, these are really good. I mean, the job opportunities and also the salary package is really good, really handsome in Australia. If you want to go to New Zealand, I would suggest geology and geoscience. It's top-notch quality, like the education is really good, and also the job opportunities. And you also need to understand the geography of New Zealand, because geography is is noted for volcanic activities, earthquakes sometimes, and geothermal areas. So if you want to study geoscience, geology, geophysics, geochemistry, geotechnical engineering, Australia, New Zealand, these are the main destination. I have also noted down the salary packages as well. So, like at the start, starting average salary it could be something $50 to $75,000. With experience, you can reach into six figures. Now, where to study? Okay, if you want to choose oil, petroleum, mining, and metallurgy, then the above categories. So these kind of universities. If you're interested in geology and art sciences, like specialization, if you want to get into more research activity, then the second category. I won't spend too much time on this category because we haven't got that many audience in this sector. So I'll just move on to the next one. So next one is agricultural science. So why is important? Agriculture, I mean, everyone needs food. So of course, it will be important in any country, not only Australia, New Zealand, but in any country. Now, in New Zealand, agriculture is a back. 95% of agricultural products like they get exported. Even in Australia, like right now, mining and metallurgy or oil and petroleum, they are quite in the boom. But as far as the experts and the forecast, the agriculture is the next boom in Australia. So, right, for example, data analytics or the big data is quite a huge buzz now, and I think that agriculture will take the same trend in coming days. And importantly, the agricultural jobs, they are also listed under the skill shortage category. So there are not many people who can work as agricultural scientist or agricultural consultant. So that's why if you are studying one of these subjects, then it's very likely that you'll get the PR, permanent residency or citizenship in Australia very easily. And at the end of the day, one must take to live and not live to it. So here the salary package as well, like in be it New Zealand or Australia, the salary package is quite handsome as well. Where you can study a lot of universities to choose from, of course, ANU, Queensland, Melbourne, Australia, University of Western Australia, Sydney. In New Zealand, you can choose National University or Lincoln University. The University of Auckland is also good, but when it comes to like agriculture, science, and technology, I would say these are the specialized ones, Massey and Lincoln. Now, the next category will be the public health and health sciences. So, all the audience who are from healthcare background, it could be B Farm, it could be PharmD, it could be like maybe biochemistry or something. So, guys, this is for you. So public health, I mean, why is the demand? Of course, people will born. I mean, kids will born. There will be infectious diseases. There will be one of events. There will be long-term conditions. It could be lifestyle disease like diabetes, cardiovascular disease, or maybe people might develop cancer. So and aging population is getting bigger. So public health is quite important, and it's quite an important area, like important sector domain in Australia and New Zealand. So public health, what you can do, so you can get into health promotion, you can get into health surveillance, health monitoring, health analysis, outbreaks, epidemics, disease prevention, communication, risk and research. So it's a very broad and interrelated, interdisciplinary field. It's up to you. You can work as a healthcare consultant, you can work as a research scientist, you can work as a nurse, you can work as a pharmacist or registered pharmacist, a community pharmacist. Be it Australia, be it New Zealand, both are very good. I mean, they have got one of the best healthcare system in the world. I mean, on par with countries like US, Canada, and UK. So, if you're going to if you're going to study pharmacy or maybe healthcare management or masters in public health or master in health sciences or maybe biomedical sciences, biochemistry, biotechnology, I mean, any field of biomedical sciences, it will be really good. I mean, so these are the like general figure, not exactly the scientists. I'm just giving the average. So if you have studied like masters in public health in Australia or New Zealand, this could be your like average salary structure. If you have studied like masters in health sciences, it could be pharmacology, it could be biochemistry. And if you're getting into the community side, like dealing with people, not only on the bench. In the bench, it's a different salary structure. If you're dealing actually with the patients, actually with the community, this would be roughly like the expected salary structure. And for international students, like so why is this very booming in Australia, New Zealand? Now the government takes a lot of initiative. Now in India, what happens, like a lot of drugs, they reach the customers or the people, the common people, over the counter. In Australia, New Zealand, or any first world country like developed country, it's not like the case. Like you need to proper prescription, you need a proper healthcare scheme. Like as an international students, before you get your visa to study in Australia or New Zealand, you need to get a health insurance, and that's why the system keeps rolling. For example, if you're going to Australia, you need to take the overseas students healthcare cover. Same for New Zealand. If you want to study in New Zealand, if you've got the offer letter, when you are going to apply for the visa, you have to take the health insurance. So until and unless you don't have the health insurance, you cannot study, you cannot get the visa, study visa or any kind of visa to enter Australia and New Zealand. And this is the structure. Their healthcare system, the public health system is very strong, they're very organized, and that's why if you are studying on any of these subjects, the job opportunities, the like the be it salary structure or job number of jobs, is really good. Where you can study, well, if you're choosing masters in public health, then you can choose the above categories. If you're choosing master in health sciences, you can choose second categories. So basically, like health sciences, they are a little bit more popular in New Zealand. whereas masters in public health, that subject is a little bit more popular in Australia. But it's not like that. Okay, you cannot study master in public health in New Zealand. Yes, you can choose any of them, but of course they are just a little bit inclined toward those subjects. Now the next category is functional accounting. So I think we haven't got that many audience in functional accounting, so I'll be very quick with this. So professional accounting is a little bit different from the traditional accounting. So traditional accounting, like if you want to do a master's in accountancy or accounting, you need to be from the BCom background. Ideally, you need to have those subjects in your bachelor's. But if you want to study masters in professional accounting, you can be from any background. It's not necessarily need to from BCom background. You can be from any background. Maybe you're an engineering background. Maybe you have got arts background. If you've got some experience and something, you can definitely start. You can study masters in professional accounting. What you will be learning, so you will learn not only accounting, other business roles as well, maybe finance, maybe taxation, HR, rollout, payrolls, so all those stuff. You can work the job roles are really good because masters in professional accounting and the number of professional accountants in Australia are quite they are not that much high, so the job opportunities are there. How you be a professional accountant? So either you can study masters in professional accounting, or maybe you can study MBA with professional accounting. If you're studying masters in professional accounting, it would be a course which can be between 1.5 to 2 years, basically 18 months, 24 months. If you want to do MBA professional accounting, it could be 2 to 2.5 years. So yeah, it will be a little bit longer program, but the salary range are quite good as well for professional accounting. And what the universities? Okay, so a lot of choice. You can choose any of them, and all of them are really good. Of course, I mean in terms of ranking, the first and second will be like first. Of course, like UNSW, Melbourne, Sydney, like Monash, ANU, Queensland. They all come within the top 100 in the world. And then the Adelaide, UTS, Queensland, they all come within the top 200 in the world. The third, fourth, fifth row, they are just necessarily don't come within the top 200, but they do come within the top 250 or maybe top 400. And when it comes to professional accounting, these universities are really good. It doesn't matter if you're studying at the number one university in the world or number 200 university in the world. If you're skilled, if you're qualified, you can get the job. The next field will be civil engineering and related fields. Again, I'll check if I've got any people from those background, not that many, so I'll be very quick. So within civil engineering, you can study civil, maybe bachelor's or a master's in civil engineering. It could be structural engineering, geotechnical engineering, environmental engineering, sustainability, and construction management. So why this field is booming in Australia and New Zealand? So you have to understand that in Australia, the central Australia, like the 80%, they don't have that many population. All the like heavy relation, the cities, they all lie around the coast, like Sydney, Adelaide, Melbourne. They're all near to the sea because it's a huge country. It's almost I think 2.5 times larger than India, but the population is only around 23 million. So you can understand that not many people are living actually in Australia. So there are a lot of scopes for urbanization and making more cities. I think there's a quite recent news just a few weeks ago. I mean, on September 2nd, 2016. I mean, the earthquake of magnitude 7.1 it hit New Zealand, but ironically, unfortunately, zero casualties. So, like, they are taking steps. They have taken steps. Like, if you remember, in 2000, I think seven, yes, 2007, there was another very unfortunate earthquake in New Zealand, and I think a lot of people, but there are a lot of casualties and a lot of damage to properties. But now in 2016, 7.1, that's a very very big magnitude of earthquake. If you think about Asia, in 2015, the unfortunate event in Nepal, even in India, like if anything close to 6 or 6.1, if that kind of earthquakes happening in India or any other country in Asia, I mean, a lot of people lose their lives and a lot of property damage happens. But be it New Zealand, be it Australia, Australia doesn't many earthquakes. But New Zealand, they do every 5 or 10 years, just like Japan. Japan used to be quite earthquake prone, but they don't have that many casualties because they have taken steps, be it good civil engineering, good sustainability maintenance, good geotechnical engineering. So if you want to study these kind of these kind of subjects in New Zealand and Australia, they are the ideal place. A life without civil engineer, of course, you can see that if civil engineers are not there, then your life will be like this. I mean, no proper cities, no proper buildings or offices, no proper houses, no shopping malls or something, no multiplex. So life will be quite hard if there are no civil engineers. Salary structure is very handsome. At the starting level, it could be like 60,000 to 120,000 K in Australia, and in New Zealand, it could be 48 to 92K. Now, what universities now? UNSW, Sydney, Monash, Melbourne, University of Western Australia, they are the top ones in Australia. And in New Zealand, like Auckland and Canterbury, these are the top. So, just I would like to mention that the universities which I am showing on my presentation, these are exhaustive, like exclusive list. Okay, these are the top ones. So, even in New Zealand, if you can study civil engineering from Lansing University as well, or maybe Auckland University of Technology. So, these are the top ones, the best ones. So there are more options as well. So don't think that these are the only option. Of course, if you study from these universities, you have got more chances to get good education, good training, and also a good job, well-paid job. The next field, data science and big data analytics. But before moving on to that, I would take any questions, and I've got 1 minute. So any questions, please type in your question in the chat box, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Any questions? Please raise your hand, or just type in the chat box. Okay, Vinith has raised her hand. Okay, Vinith, you are on air. Please go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, hi. You can hear.
Yeah, I just wanted to know whether, and since I'm not from engineering background or I'm not in any statistics course, so it will be good for me to do such thing in this area.
Okay, so I haven't started the data science yet. So I will. So basically, whatever the subjects I have covered so far. So civil engineering, or be it like agricultural science or public healthcare. If any question, please ask. I will get back to you after I have covered data science. Okay, so just be with us. I will answer your query within say 10 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, Sai Nikhil. Sai Nikhil, you are on air. If you have got access to microphone, please ask your question. Since Sai is not on air, okay. We have got Milind Singh. Robin, you are on air. Please go ahead. Robin, you are on air. Please ask your query. Okay, Robin is also not able to speak. Robin, you can then just type in your query in the chat box. Okay, we have also got Niru Sud. Okay, Niru has asked what are the conditions for spouse visa. Niru, so basically, if I hope you were the student, I mean, you were the candidate. In case you want to go along with your spouse or partner or any dependent, it is possible. What you need to do, like you need to show the funds requirements. So, for example, in Australia or in New Zealand, you need to show the first year living expenses, which is like around in Australia it will be around $18,000. So you need to show that fund for yourself, and again for your spouse you need to show that extra amount as well. So if you want to go along with your husband, or so basically like you need to show 18, that means 36,000 Australian dollars. Any other questions? I'll take maybe 10 more seconds. If you have any question, just please ask. Okay, Niru, so for a spouse it will be same, like around $18,000. Okay, 18,000 Australian dollars. So for the student visa, like if you're the main applicant, of course that means 18,600 something Australian dollars. That's approximately 10 lakhs or 9 lakhs. And same for your spouse as well. I mean, regarding the visa and everything, I'll get back to you at the end of the presentation. Okay. Right now, if you have got any queries regarding the course, regarding the program, please ask. Sai Nikhil, you want to study MBA. MBA, I haven't started yet. It will be discussed maybe after 15 minutes. Okay, how long will it be? Okay, I think it has been already around 10-15 minutes that I have started. I'll speak 10 more minutes or maximum 15 minutes. After that, the MBA topic will be discussed, and after that, after Milind's presentation, will be open for like a 15 or half an hour question answer round. Okay, now I'll get back to the next part of the presentation. Okay, so I think I have taken a little bit more than 1 minute. So what happens in 1 minute, or especially in the engineering world? Okay, so this happens. Okay, so in 1 minute, I mean, you can see like 20.8 million WhatsApp messages, 2.78 million of YouTube videos people view. In 1 minute, people search 2.4 million queries on Google. And you take a Facebook, so, I mean, more than 700,000 people log in on Facebook account in 1 minute. In 1 minute, 1,300 Uber users and more than 300,000 tweets. These are all happening in 1 minute. So you can understand that how much data is out there and how much data is getting processed in every minute. So first of all, data science. Now, what is data science exactly? So Vinith, I think you are listening carefully, so please just concentrate. So you can be from mathematics or statistics background, you can be from computer science background, but then again you need domain expertise as well. So maybe you're not a computer scientist, maybe you're not from IT background or mathematics, but if you have got a domain expertise, then you can definitely come into join the data science or big data field. Okay, because there is no it's not a basic fundamental field, the data science. It's actually applied field. So for example, okay, maybe you could be from food background, okay, food science background, or maybe you're from telecommunication background, or maybe you're from say you are working in a railway industry, or maybe any field. I mean, if you have got a domain expertise, you can definitely join. Of course, you need some skills like IT skills or some which you can learn. So for example, if you join the proper course, I mean, if you join a course where you need to know the IT and computer or coding skills right from the beginning, it will be quite hard. So basically, you need to join a course where you can where you can learn the coding skills or the IT skills or the statistical skills from scratch. So we need to find the right courses. Okay, so even if you're not from IT background, if you're not from mathematics science background, it is possible, but you have to choose the right course. Otherwise, you might fail in your first semester, or maybe even if you somehow pass, but if you don't learn the things, you might not get jobs. Okay, because data science courses, data analytics courses are expensive. Like I think Australia and New Zealand, they might cost you something between, if you don't get the scholarship, it might cost you something between 20 to 30 lakhs. It might go higher as well. So you need to choose the right course. Of course, if you get scholarship, it will come down. Otherwise, it can be expensive. So this is data science. Now, what is big data analytics? So when you are applying this data to reduce your cost, or to launch new products and services, or to take better decisions, okay, take better business decisions, that is big data analytics. I'll give you a quick example. I will come into later. Okay, first now, people who are from IT and computer science background or mathematics statistics, what you can study? You can study masters in advanced computing, you can study data science, or maybe data analytics, data science, business intelligence. People who are not from the exact background but engineering background, so they have got some knowledge and experience for statistics. They know, they have done a little bit to the engineering, but they have got experience in the IT sector, maybe at least 2 to 3 years. You guys can also study masters in data science, data analytics, and maybe business intelligence as well. There's no problem, and you can easily get the job, because it's a good thing sometimes, because you will be coming from some other background, so you have got some domain knowledge. Maybe students who are coming from telecommunication background, so who have studied master, bachelor, BTech in electronics and communication, or maybe in electrical engineering, or maybe some civil engineering. If you guys are getting into the big data analytics, you guys will be quite valuable, because people need, I mean, as I said, you don't need only computer scientists, you need that domain expertise as well. Okay, domain expertise. So if you're coming from the other background, it could be retail, it could be healthcare, you guys will be valuable. And now for guys like Vineet, if you are from non-IT background and if you don't have that much experience in IT or analytics, what you can do? First of all, to get started, you need to do masters in analytics or masters in business analytics. I think this subject will be quite helpful. Okay, because you can start all the necessary things from scratch. And I would also advise you before getting enrolled in a full-time program, just get some skills, like do some online courses, at least get started with SPSS or R or maybe SAP. I mean, just because when you are going to Australia or New Zealand or any other country for university, I mean, you need to be on your toes from the first day or maybe at least from the first week. Okay, so the courses will be intensive, so it's better that before joining the master's program, you learn some basic things like statistics or mathematics. You can do courses from Coursera. There are a lot of institutes, online or classroom programs, but do learn something before joining a master's course because otherwise it could be risky. Because as I said, like play hard but play safe as well. Okay, you need to take risk, but don't take unnecessary risks. Take calculated risks because if you are going to study masters in analytics or masters in business analytics or data science without any knowledge in IT or say at least statistics or mathematics, it can be hard. So at least learn some basic things and then join the programs like masters in analytics. In these kind of programs, first of all, you have got many advantages. For example, you can learn the things like the IT or coding from scratch. Statistics also you can learn from scratch. And secondly, during those courses, you get the chance to do an internship. It could be 3 months internship, it could be a 6 months internship. Mostly it is paid in Australia and New Zealand, mostly in Australia. These are paid internships, at least 3 months are paid internship. And the next 3 months, I think, when you do a project, it's not paid. But even if it is not paid, I think it's quite valuable. If you're working in, and the companies will be like IBM, Accenture, or maybe SAP, or maybe some other big IT companies, or data companies. So it could be Google or Microsoft. So if you're working kind of companies like this, I think it will be valuable. Now, just to show you, like now I am from some different background, I'm from biomedical background. Okay, now I'm into like the education one. So my background is okay. I have been a study abroad student myself. I was in the UK for 4 years. I was in Netherlands for 1.5 years, and I was also there in Australia for around 4 or 5 months. So I have got these expertise, okay, in the international background, like the international education, studying abroad. So now, like I am kind of a domain expert in this field. So like Meet University, we're also playing with data, like to help students to make the students take better decisions, take informed decisions. Okay. Now I don't know coding, I don't know programming. Okay, and I'm not a like MBA or MBA degree holder or something. But I have got this unique skill, like I know the domain, I have got the domain knowledge in this field, like study abroad. And as you can see, like these are top 10 courses which have been the trending ones. So in the last 1 year, the interest we received, the queries we received, or the application process, so it's the total number. So as you can see, like data science analytics, they're the right top. Okay, and all the other fields. So this kind of thing you can see. Like even if you're not from a IT or engineering background, you can still be useful, still be valuable in the data analytics, big data field. So don't worry about that. But you need to work hard. So just remember that. Now, business analytics and data science. So, as you said, the age of big data, the world is changing, and you need a lot of experts. Not only computer scientists or data scientists, you also need business analysts. So, if you're not from IT background, don't worry, but choose the right course. I mean, don't get into a course where you are expected to know coding and programming from the beginning. Choose the course where you have the opportunity to learn everything from scratch. Now, coming to the job market, it's really huge in Australia and New Zealand. I would say not that much in New Zealand, but in Australia, it's very big. Like if you know things like machine learning, business intelligence, data visualization, data warehousing, and if you're from like a media or telecom or banking domain, if you've got the domain expertise, you will be gold. Okay, like the average starting salary could be around close to $80,000 per year. With experience, like within maybe 3 to 5 years, you can reach the 6 digit salary with more experience or maybe more exposure. For example, if you are a data scientist or a data analyst, but you have also got a good skills of business analytics and maybe some digital marketing skills, you can earn close to $200,000 per year. So that's a huge salary. In New Zealand, the market is not too bad, but if you compare with Australia, yeah, the salary level is below par. I would say like the average salary, I would say like 44 to 77 thousand dollars per year, but in Australia it's huge. I mean, 200,000 dollars Australian dollars per year. That's a huge sum. My one study in Australia, I would say, I mean, this is the university. Like, so if you're from the IT background or if you're from the IT's background, you have some experience. I think Carnegie Mellon, Melbourne, Sydney, University of South Australia, Monash, University of Technology, Sydney. These are really good. Uh, People who haven't got that much analytics experience, but from like IT background, I think Carnegie Mellon and ANU, they're really good. People from a non-IT background. So Vinith, as I think I have already discussed with previously as well, like Deakin and RMIT. Now they have got the Master of Science in Analytics or Master of Science in Business Analytics. So these are the courses I think you need to join. If you're from non-IT background or you don't have that much experience or expertise or skills in mathematics and statistics, because in these two universities you will have the opportunity to learn everything from scratch. And Deakin, they also provide very good internships. They have a very strong like industry tie-ups. Same with Carnegie Mellon. Carnegie Mellon also like I think they provide around 6 months of internship or placement and project with the companies and some really big names. Because Carnegie Mellon, I think, if you don't know, is that among the top 10 or maybe top 5 universities in the world for IT and computer science. So the main camp, I mean, the main is the US one, but Carnegie Mellon, they are also running the Australian campus for the last 4 5 years because of the market demand. Because the market demand is there, that's why they have opened this Carnegie Mellon University Australia. Now, the Carnegie Mellon University in Australia, they are running only 4 courses and big data analytics, the data science. So you can understand, like if the market is there, that's why they have opened it. In New Zealand, you can choose University of Otago, Massey, Auckland, Canterbury, and AUT. Now, okay, I think before moving, I'll just take some more queries. So, guys, if you have some queries regarding data analytics, please ask. Okay, the first query is from Robin Singh. Okay, I'm interested in C programming. Is there a possibility to become data analytics, and what is the salary expectation? Robin, I think I have already answered your query. In Australia, you can the starting salary could be around $80,000 per year. With experience, maybe 2 or 3 years or maybe 4 years, you can reach the six-digit salary. Okay, and of course, you have got the right programming skills. Of course, you need to know a little bit more than that. Like you need to know better coding skills. But I think if you have got a good background, I think if you study masters in data science or analytics, because you have already got knowledge in C and C++, I think it will be easy for you to pick up the new things, and I think it will be good. And what are the skills required for data analytics? As I mentioned, I mean, like you need to be good with first of all, like the numbers. You need to be good with logic. You need to be good with statistics. Now, of course, presentation, because at the end of the day, okay, you are acquiring data, you're processing data. You need to visualize them, present them. Otherwise, for example, if you're a data scientist in a company, okay, you have gathered a lot of data. Now you need to convince your CEO. See, we have got this kind of data, so I think you need to take that kind of decision. So, presenting communication skills is very important. And apart from that, all other skills are required. I mean, it's any other jobs. Okay, so and one more query. I have completed my graduation, become honors from June 2016 to pursue data science. Please guide me. So we have this query from Rohit Chandel. So Rohit, as I discussed, I mean, with BCom background, as I discussed, it is not impossible. What I would advise, because you're a fresher, you finished your BCom in 2016. Okay, Rohit, if you are on air, why just to come on air? Rohit, if you have got a microphone, just please come on here. All right, no problem. I think yes, having some technical difficulties, no problem. So Rohit, as I said, uh, if you're from BCom background, you need to start with some statistics course. Okay, I mean you can definitely join a master's in analytics or master's in business analytics course. But I think for you, I mean because at the end of the day, you don't need a degree. I mean, of course, you need a degree, but you also need a job. So you need to make yourself employable. You need to gather those skills so that you can get the job. So before starting a full-fledged course in MS in data analytics, we can definitely help you out, but you need to work hard as well. You need to know a little bit about mathematics, about statistics, so you can do some course. Okay, so you are doing PG diploma in statistics from IGNOU. Perfect. If you are doing that, I think you are really good. If with the because you are doing a PG diploma in statistics from IGNOU, that's fine. You can definitely. So the next step would be just clear your IELTS or TOEFL or PT, and we will definitely help you with the application and everything. Okay. And any other queries, just drop us a mail or you can give us a call. And anytime if you have access to microphone, just come on here. All right, so we have got another query from Prima Pace. So, okay, what if I am from non-IT CS background? Prima, have you got access to microphone? Prima, if you got access to microphone, you can just come on here. Okay, we will have some difficulties, no problem. Okay, if I am from a non-IT or CS background but have work experience about 4 years in IT, would universities consider me for big data? Plus, I have Cassandra certification. Prima, you are gold. Go for it. I mean, it's fine if you're from non-IT background because I have discussed everything. You have got 4 years experience in IT, and you have got the right skills. No SQL and Cassandra. Those are really good skills. I would definitely advise you. I strongly suggest you are in a perfect. You have got the perfect profile to get into big data science or big data analytics. So just go for it. Any more queries? You're welcome, Prima. Uh, any more queries? Okay, seems no more queries. All right. Then I'll just go on the next segment. Now, first I would like to discuss food science and technology. So, what food science and technology? Now, I think I have already discussed agricultural science. You need food. Now, food is not enough. I mean, for example, uh, okay, you need protein, you need fat, you need everything. I mean, you need to cook food, but sometimes like just consider yourself. Like, okay, we have got a very busy life, busy schedule. We are stressed. Maybe we are working 9 or 10 hours a day. Sometimes even Saturdays. Sometimes IT people. I have got many IT friends who are even working on Sundays. So of course life is getting hard. So it's not always very easy to cook food. Okay, sometimes people are going like favoring ready-to-eat meals, or maybe they are just going to McDonald's or Pizza Hut for having pizza or burger. Now, what's about the nutrition? So basically, the idea is you need to make like ready to eat meat, like food, and you need to make them nutritious. Otherwise, I mean, there will be healthcare problems. So you need to have the right people. The demand, well, the food and beverage processing is the like Australia's largest manufacturing industry. So Australia is definitely good. New Zealand, well, the top 100 food and beverage firms in New Zealand, they collectively generate almost $51 billion annually. That's a huge figure. And they are also taking good initiatives. You can see the picture over here, like the Science and Innovation Minister Stephen Joyce and Food Safety Minister Joe Will at the Mass University. They have just included the New Zealand Food Safety Science and Research Center at Mass University. Regarding salary structure in New Zealand, you can expect to earn something around 62 to 102,000 uh, dollars per year. In Australia, it will be 44 to 78,000 per year. So, which is, yeah, if you expect compare with other fields like civil engineering or oil and petroleum engineering or maybe other say data science, it is low, but still like food science, like it is booming, and the salary structure is not that bad at all. Now, next to tourism hospitality, as you can see, some scenic and breathtaking views on your set, like so. The above two pictures are from New Zealand, and this was Sydney, and this in Queensland. This is Queensland, and Sydney is the Opera House and the Sydney Harbour Bridge. And I have been lucky to visit those more nice. In 2015, I was there for around 4 or 5 months in Sydney. It was really nice, but I didn't get a chance to visit New Zealand, but I can only see the pictures right now. So as you can see, they have got a very scenic beauty, both Australia and New Zealand. The natural beauty and scenic beauty. So tourism hospitality, and there's a big industry in Australia and New Zealand. It doesn't matter if you want to visit a city or like maybe a natural beauty. This or this, I mean, there will be a lot of demand and there's good scopes as well. So in the leisure tourism hospital industry, you can earn something between 44 to $75,000 per year. And in New Zealand, anyone who is from the right background, there is demand. I mean, it's like some other fields like civil engineering or maybe oil and petroleum engineering or maybe healthcare. and also like food science, agriculture. These are also in the skill shortage. So in New Zealand, leisure, tourism, hospitality is in the in skill shortage. So if you have the right background, it's very easy to get PR and like get settled down over there. And it's a nice job. Like okay, the salary you might think, okay, I will not be earning as much as an IT scientist or maybe data scientist. But still, like come on, you will be seeing a lot of new places and you'll be doing a lot of fun stuff, not like sitting in an office and in front of a laptop or just working on your bench. I mean, you'll be going to places, you'll be visiting these kind of places, and you will be earning. So of course, what you need there. So if you're really interested in these kind of things like event management, travel and tourism, I think New Zealand and also Australia, they're really good. Where you can study, okay, Massey, Auckland, Otago, or UT, New Zealand. In Australia, I can choose Queensland, Curtin, RMIT, UNSW, Victoria, and Melbourne. As I said again, I mentioned this is not the exclusive one. This is not the exhaustive one. These are the top ones. Okay, so don't think if you are studying from any other university, you don't have any job opportunity. So don't think like that. Now coming to the creative and digital industry. Okay, you can study animation, digital arts, graphic design, game design, creative arts, multimedia, sound and audio engineering, and also photography. So this is another field which is in shortage in New Zealand, especially in New Zealand. Not that much in Australia, but definitely in New Zealand. Like skin production has been a booming sector for New Zealand for the last, I mean, say maybe since the time of Lord of the Rings. Okay, I think they are doing really good. Most of the Hollywood movies, all the big ones and the medium ones, they outsource their post production to New Zealand because they are good with that. And the salary, it doesn't matter if you're working in a company or working as a freelance. You can expect to earn something between $32,000 to $146,000 per year. Some of the examples, the big names, Lord of the Rings, after Harry Potter, Rise of the Planets, this in the Deadpool, Hobbit, and who can forget this scene? I mean, R.I.P. Paul Walker, we do miss you. And the last scene, I think whoever had watched, and I think you remember, so that was the CGI, and all this CGI and animation, all these things have been done in New Zealand. So Hollywood, there is not that they are doing the shooting in New Zealand. They are doing the shooting maybe in US or in UK, Canada, or other countries. The post production, the animation part, the VFX, visual arts, they are happening in New Zealand. And if you're interested in this field, just go to New Zealand. So don't give a second thought. Where you can study AUT, Victoria University, Canterbury, Waikato, ANU, UNSW. So we've got some more fields, but before moving on to that, I'll just again take a break. And any questions? Okay, no question. So right now, what I'll do, because now I will just pass over to Milind, and he will take over. Milind, you can start now.
Thank you very much, Tanmay, for the lovely introduction and presentation. So, I will be taking you through business programs in Australia and New Zealand. To begin with, Australia, the land of kangaroos. They have almost 5 lakhs international student for the international audience. It's almost like half a million international students. In Asia Pacific region, Australia attracts most number of students, beating Singapore, China, and India. Not only in Asia Pacific, but in the world, it's only next, like let's say US, UK, and at par with Canada. So there is like a strong fight between Canada and Australia for the third place. Why one should choose Australia? Because of the dependent visa, as spouse, children, or even parents can join the applicant to the Australia. Australia is very multicultural and students from almost 150 countries are part of the international student body. PR, yes, point system. One will get points according to their qualification, their age, their experience, their current job, and as compared to other countries, getting PR in Australia is easy. Part-time jobs, yes, it's really easily available and are paid handsomely as well as compared to other countries and competitors. So one can earn up to $18 to 22 or even $24 per hour. One can work for 40 hours fortnightly. That is not available, I guess, in any other country. Mostly it's 20 hours per week. So this gives you leverage of time. You can choose according to your schedule and classes. You can work for 40 hours per week. To go like to flashback, like these all changes were made by Australia when PSW from UK was abolished. So understanding the situation and grabbing the opportunity, Australia did a masterstroke by reasoning the visa process and attracting and giving like 40 hours per fortnightly option to attract international students. Uh, facts. Uh, facts like fees, yes, fees is on the higher side. Average fee for only MBA I'm talking about will be around $50,000 to $90,000. Three Australian business schools make the prestigious Financial Times ranking. Macquarie did an awesome debut at 59. Then before that, like AGSM and University of Melbourne, they were there in the ranking for almost for long, like 7 to 8 years. For the last 3 years, average you can look at the rankings. Australia, yes, is known to be paymaster. The salaries, average salary I can talk about is around Australian dollar 130,000 dollars. GMAT is not mandatory for all the programs. It depends on profile to profile basis. If someone has relevant experience or education, a good profile, then GMAT might be waived off. But if you are a fresher, but I won't recommend to going for a MBA with for fresher MBA. I recommend to go for a MBA with less for GMAT or either going with experience. Then New Zealand, yes, five of the New Zealand universities are in the top 400 times higher education ranking. Quality of education is like the degree from New Zealand is recognized worldwide. New Zealand is also known for its cities. New Zealand is considered to be the most safest country. Weather, yes, it's weather which attracts a number of tourists are from around the world, So easy PR processing and residency program. Like to summarize, New Zealand, yes, if someone can find a job in his relevant field, like if someone has done a course from let's say masters in information technology, and he's able to get a job in IT company. PR getting a PR is really easy, but we need to understand like getting eligible to apply for a PR and getting a PR is a different thing. In New Zealand, after working for 2 years, you can apply for a PR. That doesn't mean you will get a PR. But if you have a sponsored visa, a company is ready to sponsor you, most likely you will get the PR in New Zealand. So facts for New Zealand, yes, tuition fee is less as compared to Australia, Canada, and US. For MBA, this is the most important fact. Like you need to have 3 to 5 years of experience in New Zealand. Otherwise, you are not eligible to apply for MBA. Lately, New Zealand has become like a preferred destination for Indian students. So around 20,000 students are currently there studying. Three triple accredited business school, three accrediting bodies are AMBA, EQUIS, and ACSB. So getting a three triple crown, it's only I can tell you like around 60 70 business school which are triple accredited. So University of Auckland, Waikato, and Victoria, they have triple crown. Uh, uh, University of Auckland have 5 pounds from Universal, and fees will be around 30,000 to 60,000 New Zealand dollars. So eligibility, like this I'm covering for both the countries, it's almost the similar. So for bachelors, one need minimum 70% in their +2 or in the higher secondary. IELTS, TOEFL, PT is mostly catered to Australia and New Zealand, though like lately other countries have also started to accept it. If you don't have a score in IELTS or TOEFL, any course is available. So a course of 5 to 6 weeks will cost you around 1 lakhs, and for diploma, minimum 55 to 60 percentage is required. Relevant experience and training is also required. For masters, again 60 percentage in graduation. GMAT is not mandatory, as I told you earlier, like it's on profile to profile basis. 3 years of bachelor is accepted, yes, unlike in US and Canada, 3 years of bachelor's. If you have a degree of 3 years, you can apply to Australia and New Zealand. Work experience, again, as told you, it's course specific, and double. This is like that's why I showed a caution sign. Double masters is not accepted. So let's say if someone has a master's in electrical from India or anywhere else, and he's looking to study again masters in electrical, he is not eligible. Mostly he will be rejected from the business school, or maybe in the visa he will get rejected. So if someone has a master's, if he is upgrading, like if he's going for an MBA after a master's, that is accepted. But if you are going on the same level, master's with the same degree and going for other masters, that is not accepted at all. So for MBA,
Sorry, I would like to interrupt. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. So for the double masters, I like to mention this. So for example, if you have got a master's degree in engineering, okay, and if you have got work experience, then you can definitely go for a master's in management, or master's in engineering management, or maybe MBA, or maybe professional accounting. Okay, but if you are studying, like as Milind said, you have done a master's in say engineering, or maybe you're an MCOM holder, you cannot again do a master's. Okay, you need to show, okay, you are doing something just for your career development, just not, okay, if you like otherwise, if you get an offer from the university, you will not get the visa. So be careful with this, because we get a lot of queries that people who have done their MCOM, or people who have done their MBA, and people who have done their masters in maybe in technical field, now they want to do the master in the same field. That's not possible. And secondly, like you cannot choose anything relevant. For example, okay, you have done an MCOM, now you cannot just go for a master's in some analytics. I mean, you need to show the right skills. You need to show that, okay, you have got a right career plan. Then of course you'll get the offer, and you'll also get the visa. And okay, just one more query. Okay, I've got the query from Sai Nikhil. Work experience course, what is the but? Okay, so Sai, basically, for example, if you are, or if you want to sort of study MBA in Australia or New Zealand, you will need work experience. Okay, fresher MBA in Australia, it is possible, but it is not recommended, because MBA is that kind of program. If you don't have the experience, if you don't have at least 2 to 3 years of work experience, it will not be meaningful. It will not be useful for you. Okay, so that's why it's course specific. If you want to do MTech or MS in civil engineering or electrical engineering or maybe data science, work experience not always mandatory. That's why it is course specific. We have got Mudassar. Mudassar is asking, okay, what's the scope of industrial engineering in Australia? It is good. If you're from the core domains, electrical, electronics, and say mechanical, and also if you have done from a bachelor's in some other engineering and now want to do a master's in professional engineering or industrial engineering in Australia, it is good. Of course, like you need to be, you need to look for the jobs. You need to be more proactive. You need to be aggressive. But the scope is good. You can earn very good salary. So the job was very good. I just okay. Size. I have 1 year experience in marketing. Can I get into some, especially in Australia? If you've got 1 year experience in marketing, you can go for MSc in international business, MSc in marketing, and even maybe MSc in management, masters in management. But MBA will be a little bit difficult. But just be on air, be with us. Milind will explain everything. Okay, over to Milind now.
okay, so I guess it's time for poll to understand the audience, what audience we have. So I'll ask Tanmoy to run the poll.
Okay, guys, please take your option.
What do you want to study? So MBA, international business, finance, marketing, HR, and professional accounting. So we have started to get the results. Okay, so 43% MBA, 14 international business, 29 marketing, 14 HR. No one for finance. Okay, no problem. That's a quite good mix of response we have got. So continuing, like uh, we have popular courses and specialization. So for initially, like I'll begin with marketing. So what you will study in marketing? Mostly mostly it's international marketing, lately digital marketing, social media, and Netflix has been like really in the trend. We all know Australia is a global powerhouse, a leader in sports as well. So lately, courses related to sports or brand management have been really popular. Where to study? University of Melbourne, Curtin University, like special mention is required for Curtin. Curtin has really good programs in marketing. Then University of Sydney, New South Wales, and Queensland University of Technology. These are the like main top 5 to 6 universities I can talk about, which are really good in marketing. Then fees. Yes, the fees are on the higher side. So if you look at the fees, it will be around 25 to 35 lakhs. Only the fees I'm talking about. Rest you have to cover your living expenses as well. So only the fees will be around 25 to 35 lakhs. Scholarship depends on profile to profile basis, how your profile is. So mostly like universities, they provide 30% to about 40%, 10%, 20% of the scholarship depending on your profile. If one doesn't have a percentage, 60 percentage, then getting in Australia is very hard. To be honest, like if you have less than 60 percentage in your graduation, then most likely you, like not in all the cases, if you have a profile experience, if you've done some certification, diploma, or online courses, then you might get in. But if you have less than 60 percentage, it's really hard to get in Australia. IB IB is international business. So, what is IB? So, it's basically uh, how to deal with different culture, work in an international environment, how to expand globally, what strategies and policies one company may need to adapt to start the business in the country of expansion, whether to internationalize or not, what strategies you have to, or what mode one company should adopt. So this is basically an idea of international business. With number of like increasing expats around the world, in Australia, number of expats are increasing year by year. Not only in Australia, like this world is becoming a global small village. So it's really like in lately, like 4 to 5 years, international business has become a hot food, which is selling like anything. So it's really important to understand the different culture, how to work in a multicultural environment, and so on. Then we have finance. Like, okay, sorry. So I didn't mention the business school and universities for international business. So Melbourne, Sydney, and Monash. Like these are like top ones in international business. Special mention for Monash because they have some really good program in international business, and Macquarie. Macquarie are like in the MBA, or not only in the MBA, but also in the international business, in the masters, they are doing really like the course structure, module, content, everything is just fine. Uh, Moving on, finance, most important department I can tell of an organization. Then what you will study, mostly you will be studying corporate finance, mergers and acquisitions, financial risk management, and as Tanmoy already covered, I guess professional accounting, which is really popular in Australia. So again, the same business schools like Melbourne, Monash, Sydney, UNSW, these are like really good in finance. Human resources like basically how to manage your staff, how to formulate like the policies, rules of the company. Main courses, main universities and business school which I like to mention is University of Sydney, then Melbourne again. Tourism, the most popular like course in tourism is in New Zealand because of the number of tourists visiting the country. One famous scenic beauty, tourist spots, and coverage in the Hollywood movies has made this course like it's really popular in New Zealand nowadays. Wine producing, like wine management and everything, like mostly the wine producing countries are France, Italy, and Spain. But in Adelaide, there is a small cluster I can tell about where wine is like there is a small business. Like wine has been growing there, breweries there. Uh, Moving on, then I'll talk about risk versus. So risk is directly proportional to success, as you know. The bigger the risk, the bigger the success. So the fees and the salary, you have just mentioned a graph, small like a table you see here. So Macquarie, the fees is around 76 Australian dollars, but the salary, you get the salary. Yes, the fees are on the higher side in Australia, but look at the outcome, the return of investment is very high. So if you're looking to study in Australia, yes, the fees will be high, but the part-time options are available. Scholarship, yes, some of the candidates they also get the scholarship, but the outcome is really good. The salary, jobs, number of jobs available. There is number of skill shortage as well because as Tanmoy mentioned, like most of the population live on the bayside, on the in the middle, mostly it's desert area. So they need labor force. They need people, skilled people who can manage the organization, the finance, management, and everything. So I guess that's it from my side. I'll hand over for question and answer. I guess then we move on ahead.
Thanks, Milind. That was quite a nice presentation, and I would say much more interactive and glamorous than me. Thank you, Milind. Well done. Okay, so questions. If you've got any questions, please go ahead. We'll wait for maybe 5 more minutes. If we don't get any questions, we'll wrap up. So, guys, if you've got any questions, just go for it. Okay, what is the trending specialization in MBA in Australia?
So as I told you, like in the management side, if you go international business because of the increasing number of expats coming to Australia, not only in Australia, in other countries as well. So international business, then the engineering subjects like mining, so engineering management is very popular. Then yes, finance, you can say a bit of finance, like you need a very good finance department of an organization. Other than that, if you talk about only MBA, then general MBA is again popular, which covers all the subjects, all the basics of the operations, yeah, the supply chain, logistics, how to manage a company, daily process, daily job, like the basic of an organization in operation. So these 4 to 5 specialization I can talk which are in trend in Australia.
Thanks, Milind. Any more queries? Audience, any more queries? Please go ahead. Okay, how can we improve our communication skills for an interview? This has been asked by Robin Singh. So, Robin, first of all, so are you? Is it possible for you to come on here? Robin? Yeah, hi Robin. So yeah, please. So are you talking about like the IELTS interview, like the IELTS, or is it regarding the job interview? Okay, job interview. Okay, so basically, like what I would say, Robin, like regarding how can you improve now. First of all, you need to focus on listening. Listening is a very important part. Okay, you need to listen carefully. Second, I would say like you need to have a good vocabulary and grammar. Of course, like when you are speaking, like it doesn't necessarily that you have to speak in Australian accent or you don't need any accent. Okay, you just need to communicate effectively to put on your ideas across the listener. Okay, so how can I improve? I would say you can just listen to news channels, English news channels, read newspapers, read blogs, and maybe and try to speak in English. Like whenever like you are speaking with your friends or colleagues, try to speak in English as much as possible. I think by that, I think that's the best tips that I can give you. Courses are useful, but the thing is like it has to come from you. Okay, so you have to work on it. As I said, listen to news, speak to friends, read read papers, read newspapers, read blogs. I think that's the best. Okay, the Sai Nikhil's asking, I'm looking for the best university in Australia. Can you suggest any? So Nikhil, if you are looking for MBA or Masters in Management, the top ones I would say, as Minda showed, like so Macquarie, UNSW, then University of Queensland, Austin National University, University of Melbourne, University of Sydney. These are the top ones for management. Like I would say, they rank among the top 100 in the world. Okay. Now also, if you just go within the among the top 200, you can also choose like Deakin or maybe Southern Queensland. These are also very good universities. Any more queries? If you've got any more queries, please go ahead, guys. Vinith, I can see that you have raised your hand. Vinith, you are on air now. Any query, Vinith? Okay, no query from Vinith as well. Okay, another last query from Sai Nikhil. I have got 61% in my undergraduation. Am I eligible for the scholarship? So, Sai, of course, you are eligible because it's not only like your percentage. You are definitely eligible. But yeah, whether you will get the scholarship or not, that depends on your overall profile, not only your marks. So, if you're now you're a fresher, so I understand you don't have any full-time work experience, but if you're pursuing any internship experience, or maybe you have got some extracurricular activities to show on your CV, it is possible to get say 20 to 25% scholarship. I mean, more than that, it will be a little bit difficult with that kind of profile, because 61% is not bad. It is good. It is decent. But you sometimes you need work experience, or maybe sometimes you need a little bit of extra activities. Maybe you have got some sports scholarship, sports awards or something. Maybe you might have done some charitable work, or maybe you have worked as a volunteer with an NGO. If this kind of activities you can show on your CV, in your essay, then of course you can get the scholarship. Maybe more than higher than 25%. It is possible to get up to 40-50% of scholarship, but it depends how you frame your application. So if you need help with your scholarship application, you can just get back to us by email or something. So okay, we are not getting two more queries, so I'll just Milind has explained everything like fees and living expenses in Australia, New Zealand. So as you can see this figure, and Milind has also explained the part-time jobs. Like in Australia, you can earn something between 16 to 22 Australian dollars per hour, and in New Zealand, through part-time you can earn something between 8 to 14 dollars per hour. The fees they are in the high side, but of course the return on investment is good in both Australia and New Zealand. Scholarships, I mean, there are two kinds of scholarships. One is from the government and one is from the individual universities. And these are some of the scholarships. So in New Zealand Development Scholarship, these are from the government. Okay, same in Australia, like Endeavour postgraduate scholarships, or maybe Australia scholarship. So these are the like from the government. So you need to apply in much advance, because these kind of scholarship, like they will cover your tuition fees and sometimes your health insurance as well. Not living expenses, but definitely full tuition fees and health insurance. So if you for this kind of scholarship, you need to have a very high profile, maybe 80% in your bachelor's, or maybe for engineering background, technical background. For commerce or arts background, you need maybe 60%, 65%, or maybe close to 70%. And of course, you need to have something else, because most of the students they will have good marks. I mean, from India, all the students will have 70% or 65% or 80 or maybe 90% in their bachelor's. But what really makes you make you stand out is your overall profile. We have got another video, like we had done another webinar in the past. Just go to our YouTube channel, MeetUniversity.com YouTube channel, and look at the tips for 100% scholarship in abroad, and you'll get the idea how to get the scholarships. So main thing will be the timing. I mean, for the government scholarship, you need to apply at least say 10 to 11 months before your program starts. For the university specific, for example, New Zealand, Auckland University, or Otago, or Victoria, Waikato, and in Australia, all the universities they have got like individual scholarship schemes, which you need to contact the university directly regarding during the application. You can also write to us. We'll definitely help out with the scholarship application as well. our services, of course, like regarding guidance, if you need help with your career path or entry requirements, we can definitely help you out. Apart from that, your course and university shortlisting. Now, because there are many Australian, New Zealand, I think will get maybe almost close to 60, 70 universities. Now, which is the best course or which university will be the best for you? Because there is nothing like best university. It is like what is the right university for my profile and more for my career opportunities. So we can definitely help you with that, getting you connected with the universities, because right, like for example, we are doing this webinar today, me and Milind. We do a lot of webinars with the university admission officers as well. So if you're interested, just write to us that hey, I'm interested in this university. We'll get you connected with the right university through a webinar or maybe a 1:1 session. We will also provide guidance on documentation, GT assessment, and interview. So this is not the job interview, okay? So this is a GT because genuine temporary entrance. So right, if you are going to study in Australia or New Zealand as a genuine student and not just because you want PR immigration, so you need to pass the Skype interview for the GT requirement. Then of course the assistance with the statement of purpose or the scholarships, and also if you want to get your CVs and letters or recommendations checked with us, we can also help you. Apart from that, we can also help you with how to like plan and arrange your finances, your funds, because study abroad and that's also in Australia and New Zealand, it is expensive. So of course we can help with that through bank loan and other stuff as well, scholarships as well, and of course visa application and PD cultural formalities. So that will be end from our side. In case you have got any more queries, just go ahead. We'll just maybe I'll give 2 more minutes. Okay, Niru Sud has asked, will you send the recording? Niru, yeah, we will send you the recording. I mean, the next week we'll upload this video, the recorded webinar session on YouTube, and you will get the link. So don't worry about that. Okay, so it seems we have covered pretty much everything, and we don't have any more questions. So it's a prime fire from my side, and so thanks everyone. Thanks for joining us, and it's thank you from me and Milind as well. So Milind also.
Thank you very much for your time, and we'll see you.
All right, thanks, and have a good weekend, everyone. Bye.